So if you feel that rhythm inside, come ride the beat of the foreign guide. Hit subscribe, we're live out there. Welcome to Wami's Adventures.
Hi guys, just sitting here. Weather's coming good next week, so we're making a couple of gar rigs up. We're going to go out and chase some mackerel later on next week when that weather comes down. So I just thought while we're making these up I might as well do a little bit of a tutorial on how we do it. We've caught plenty of mackerel fishing this way. So yeah, these are just the simple gar rigs with skirts in front of them, and I'll show you how it's done. So this is a skip version, so no weight in this thing, in the skirt. Simple swivel joined with a hame and twist. Skirt, I don't even know what these are called. Garfish nose spring apparently. And then another hame and twist. And if you can see there, we leave a tag on it, and I'll show you later on when I show you how to rig it why we do that. And then VMC hooks, we use these pretty religiously. Pretty good. You can use them for bottom bashing, split the eye on them, make gangs out of them. Yeah, and as you can see, we make two hooks and flip one upside down. Bit of a stinger out the bottom. Yeah, so I'll go through how we make it. So, swivel, length of trace, doesn't have to be very long. 3 VMCs. These are 8.0s. We've used 7.0s, 9.0s. Yeah, just got one in the middle at the moment. Caught big mackerel on 7.0s, doesn't seem to matter too much. And nose cone, nose gar spring, that's in there. This thing here, it's a little kind of like a key ring that you put over that tab that I showed you before. And yeah, so we'll start with the swivel. We put him on, get a decent bit of wire so you got something to hang on to. And then what I do is I always have a set of needle noses. It makes it a little bit easier when you go to bend it. So we bend him around, back over itself. Start in my hands. Try and get a fairly small eye down there, and then I'll just grab him with the pliers. And see how these two bits of wires, I don't know if it's easy to see, but you got one wire running out that way, one wire running out that way, sort of on a 45. Make that 90-degree angle sort of thing. Grab it with the pliers and then twist. It's pretty hard on the fingers this sometimes if you're not used to it. Then once again, we're making that 90-degree again. And then grab with the pliers and twist. We make that 90-degree again. Just got to keep making sure we got that 90-degree. If you have a look, got it 90-degree there. Then we grab it with our fingers again, pliers, twist. Go back to that 90-degree. So you want it 40. You want the wire running, the twist running out this way, and each wire running out on a 45 off that line. So you get this fairly loose twist coming out off here. You don't want to make it too tight to start with, you end with a tight twist just to lock it all off. Twist. I'm not the neatest at this, there's a lot neater people, but all I do works. I've never had one go on me. Twist. Get about 6 or 7 twists, isn't it? 6, 7. Lucky the kids aren't here. Right, now we're getting towards the end. What we do is we straighten the long wire coming off. This short tag end comes off, and this one comes out straight now. And now we still got that 90-degree angle, but it's straight up and down, and that one runs straight out from where your twists are. And now what we do is we just roll it around nice and tight on itself. Just gotta watch how we don't. Just when you're rolling it around, make sure you don't go back over on your twist. You just want to come along these twists, but nice and tight on itself. So, yeah, 5 or 6 twists, just like that. And that should be something like your end product. The eye's probably a bit too big and I messed it up a bit with the pliers, but should be right. And now once you've got this tab where the swivel is, I usually bend a little tab on there so it's something to hold on to. Grab him with the pliers, and then what you want to do is bend this back on itself to make that wire snap. Just gonna do it. We struggle with this part. There we go. And what that does is now we've got no sharp points where that snapped off because it's hugged in tight on that twist. That's that first section done. Now we come around, we start with the don't really have to do this order, but what am I putting the wog head on this one? So this one's got a weight. This is the weighted wog head. So the one I had before was an unweighted one. This is a weighted one. This is made out of lead, this section here. So what that does is instead of skipping along the surface, it sits a couple of meters below. We usually try and vary them up when we're controlling. Go two skips and a wog head, or 2 wogs and a skip. Also, we go different lengths. That helps prevent any tangles. Put the skip baits out further, then the wog heads in shorter. So we got wog head, the nose cone, then our hook. So you go the first hook, and it's just the same process as we did with the swivel. So we go around, bend it back on itself, and we make that 45 again. So if you can see, I'll make that 45 with an eye around the hook. Another 45. Once again, we'll do that 6 times. There might be some deadly game fishermen that are going to spew at my aim and twist, but they work for us. We get mackerel on them. So we got the straight wire out, the twist coming straight out. 45 off each for your loose twist. I don't know what the name. There's probably a name for it. I don't know what it is. That's how I do it. So. That's about it. Half a dozen twists. Now we straighten this long wire off, and this one comes off. We still got that 90-degree, but instead of being 45 out this way, we're going straight and then 90-degree off that. And once again, that tight twist. Be careful not to wrap it back on itself. Once you do that, it's pretty hard to fix it up. Alright, so now we've got that tab sticking up. See how just pull it tight with the hook like that, and just see how it lines up. You want it to line up so it's upright the same way that hook is. A little bit more of a twist. A bit too far. So there we go. So when it's towing through the water, we want that all lined up. So you want the tab pointing up, the hook pointing up. So you just pull on it. There you go. We're all nice and straight. So then all we do to make the gangs is I get the cutters and just get it right in that join on the gang, squeeze down, and that opens up the eye. Just enough to get the barb around through there, so this one goes the same way. So we've got the two hooks there like that. Sorry. And then we just squeeze that eye back shut, can't come past. And then this one here, same again. Open this eye up. But instead of going the same way, we put it back the other way this time. Squeeze him down. That's that. That's the rig made. All ready to go. And once I get it, that's it. So once we get out on the water, I'll do another quick recording and I'll show you how to rig these things. It's pretty simple. But I prefer this over the wolf herring. I seem to catch more fish doing it. But yeah, I'll see you out in the water for a rigging. Alright, as promised, I'd do a tutorial while we're out in the water. How to rig these gar and these wogheads. Got some little five spot gar that we got from Fishing Warehouse. First we start by breaking the backbone by pushing down to break the vertebrae on the backbone. You'll feel it under your fingers, and all that does is loosen up the fish so it can swim alright. What I do is you're going to break it off, or I get scissors and just trim the bill off. Then we get our woghead. We already got a skip bait out the back. We start with this tab that we've made here. Just go under his chin, push it up through his nose. Then we get this nose cone that slides down over his nose and works a bit like a keyring. You put that behind that tab. You can see that. You put that behind the tab there. And you just wind him on so you get a nice tight fit on his nose. Just like that. Make sure that wire is tucked in under the chin. And then you don't want any tension on these hooks, so you just try and lay him out, get where that hook's going to go in a bit, so about there, put it in, and you just so there's no tension on him. Start putting too much tension on them, they won't swim very well. And then same again, we just lay him out flat. We want him to go through about there, so they should sit pretty nice in the water there now. And slide the weighted woghead down over the top. That's your rig. Stinger hanging out the bottom. 9 times out of 10, that's the one that hooks the mackerel. And what we do is you drop him in the water and we just look. Just make sure he's swimming alright. See, it's not swimming there if you have a look. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's not spinning, swimming nice. And feed him out. Probably want it about 15-20 metres behind the boat. Put him in the rod holder and wait for that ratchet to start screwing. Oh, straight up, straight up. How's that? Didn't even get it in the rod holder. Just go back to an idle too. Go back to an idle, Brimble. Go back to an idle. Keep it in gear, just go back to an idle. How's that? Didn't even get it in the rod holder. There you go. This isn't going to take long by the looks of it. Gaff, goof. Got a nice Spaniard here. Wow. I think we'll be bottom bouncing before we know it. Ready? Just sitting here editing the video. As you can see, it's quite a useful way of fishing for mackerel. That morning we bagged out in about, not long after that little clip. A couple of things I forgot to mention was troll speeds. We usually troll, I try to stick between 6 and 7 k's an hour, and with the lure spread I usually put 3 out. I put a skip rig out long. I'll put that 30-40 meters out the back of the boat, and then I'll put one wog head like 20-25 meters out, and then one on each short 15 meters out just behind the boat. That seems to work. They all seem to get hit. All that does is stop them from getting tangled when you're turning in the boat, and that they're not running into each other. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. See ya.